Hi everybody, welcome back. Today's training video is again for operators, how to manage your own availability in the system. Practice doing this on the training site. It's important that you know how to manage your own availability so that you never receive double bookings and you're maximizing your sales. So managing your activity availability in the system is very easy. You're going to do this in the appointment book in Activity Box, and you get to appointment book very easily. You put your mouse over the booking icon and you click on the appointment book tab here once you're logged into the system. Now if your activities in Activity Box feature live availability, which means that when bookings come through it dynamically affects the availability for you, then you're responsible to making sure that your availability is at all times accurate. So let's say, for example, you need to close on a particular day, or there is an activity that you have that you decide you're no longer going to be running for a period of time. Then you need to go into your appointment book and you need to close off those activities, or you need to reduce or adjust the availability that you have so it reflects your real situation. Otherwise, you could end up getting reservations through the reseller network and live bookings, and then you have to deal with them when in fact you've decided to be closed. So to manage your availability is very easy. Again, you click on the appointment, the booking tab here, select appointment book, and the Activity Box will open up this page here. And I'll just scroll down a little bit to show you. I'm currently logged in on the training site under one of the dog sledding operators, and we can see here that they have, if I look on this date here, I'm looking at Husky Adventure on Thursday the 1st of April 2010. So you can see that they have available 2 activities. Now chances are by Thursday, April the 1st, there's not going to be much snow, so they may decide that they want to close their activities for that date, and they will do so by going to the appointment book. Per activity, you just click select all, which selects all the places that you have for that start time, for that activity for that date, and you click disable. And that's it. And that means that we've now deactivated that activity for that day, and nobody can book it. Let's say that I want to scroll down here and I'm going to deactivate the other activity, which is the one with no transport. Again, I click select all and disable. Now let's say that instead of just turning off my activity, I just want to reduce entirely, the availability I have. So what I can do is I can select the actual inventory places here using the checkbox, and I can just scroll along and I can select as many as I want and then click disable. And what I've done there is I've just reduced the availability for that activity on that day so that nobody can book these 5 places. Now if it's towards the end of the season and you decide to close your operations early due to the weather, then you can go into Activity Box appointment book here and you can deactivate each activity each day by just going day by day. Now if that takes a little bit of time, it's only 2 mouse clicks per activity, but if you've got lots of activities and you wanted to do it really quick, you can just contact the system administrator through the message center, and we can do that for you very quickly automatically. But this is really how you manage your day-to-day activities. If you need to remove or you need to turn off your activity, you do it in appointment book through that way. Now this example here is for an operator that uses places in the inventory here. You can see that he's got equipment for adult youth, and he manages availability based on equipment. But you may have your own availability in a slightly different manner. So let's look at a different type of operator that uses places as their availability management. So I've just switched over to another operator whose availability is set up in Activity Box slightly differently. Their availability is based on number of places. So I'm going to go to their appointment book, select appointment book here, and it's going to open up then the management for there. So I select them on this list here, and I'm looking again on Thursday the 1st of April. And we can see that this operator, the Zipline company, they have many different activities, but the number of places is not based on equipment or guides, it's based on physical number of places that they have. So every time they make a reservation or somebody makes a booking for them, it simply reduces the amount of places that they have available per activity start time. So let's say that they need to close their activity on Thursday the 1st of April. Again, per activity they're going to just click select all, disable. Select all, disable, and they do that for all their activities, and that means that nobody can make bookings for them on that day. Let's say, however, that instead of just wanting to close off their activity entirely, they just want to reduce the amount of availability. So again, they click on, they can select their activity here, but instead of clicking select all disable, they can click the button edit availability. This will then open up a little dialog here where you as the operator can go in and you can change the existing amount of availability to whatever you want it to be per start time, and that will automatically update and dynamically affect all the resellers who may be trying to make reservations for you. So instead of having 50 places available for this particular activity on Thursday the 1st of April, I now in fact only have 20 places available, or sorry, 10 places available. That's what I just changed it to. Now, if ever you have, when you have reservations, you can see them in your appointment book. You'll be able to see here, there will be, if I just click, say, for example, to a day, to today's date by clicking on the today's date button, we can see hopefully some existing reservations. There we go. So I've just clicked to Saturday 27th of February. So we can see here that there are 6 places booked for this particular activity at 1:30 p.m. Now if I want to know who are all those people, I can just click on this where it says 6 booked, and it will open up a little dialog here which will show me the names of the people, and then if I click on the name, I can then actually see their reservation. Now this is not a replacement for the arrivals list report that gives you all this information in a report, but this is just a good way that you can use your appointment book to see who you've got booking without having to leave the appointment book in the system. So once I'm here, I can click on the appointment book again, this button here, which will take me straight back to where I've just come from, back to my inventory management page. Now, some of you operators may not actually have live availability in ActivityBox. A lot of the spas, for example, because you have your own internal systems, you cannot have live availability in ActivityBox. As such, anybody who wants to book you, they must phone you, and ActivityBox prompts them to do that whilst they're making a booking. But because you don't have any live availability in the system, obviously you can't manage your availability, okay? But what you can do is, again, through your appointment book, you can deactivate the start times of your activities should you wish to. So again, you click on Booking, Appointment Book, and I'm logged in again now on the training site as the Scandinav Spa, and what we can do is we can see the activities that they have loaded in the system. So they have the bath access only, which does have availability. You see I can edit the availability here should I wish. But if I scroll down, I can see some of the other activities that they have. And I'll just go to, let's have a look on the Sunday, because they don't have any massages on the Saturday. But if I scroll down here to the Sunday, you can see that I have all their other activities, their massages. They don't have any live availability in the system, so there's nothing to edit here. But what you can do is that they can select the start times and they can deactivate them, or select the entire day and disable it, and that is the same as turning off their activity. So if they don't want to receive any reservations at all from the reseller network, they can go into the system on the appointment book, they can deactivate the activity per day, per start time, and that will prevent them receiving any bookings from anybody through ActivityBox. Now, one final option I want to show you in your appointment book is if you're an operator that provides transport with some of your activities, you'll be able to click on this little third option here on the appointment book called View Shuttles. I'm logged in now under one of the operators that does include transport, and by clicking this option, what I'm able to see here is the status of my minibus, or whatever the vehicle I use to do my transport. And what I can do is I can independently deactivate this bus. So for example, if I offer transport with this activity, but for some reason my bus breaks down, or one particular day I cannot use the shuttle service, what I can do is I can deactivate it at specific start times during the day, or like I showed you before, I can select it entirely and disable it for a particular day. Now the effect of doing that means that all the activities that I have that include transport will no longer be available because the bus is not available. So it's just a quick way of being able to manage activities that include transport. So that's a brief overview of the appointment book. As always, go on the training site, make some reservations, and then you can go and see those reservations in the appointment book. Practice adjusting your availability, practice turning off days, and reducing the number of places that you have available, because the appointment book is a very, very key function that you need to be able to use to make sure that at all times your availability is accurate to maximize your sales.